All right, so it is Sunday, November 10th, about 5:30 p.m., and I'm just now getting ready to settle down, get in my office, and chill out. But I figured while I watched a TV show or movie or something, I can take care of this little issue I've had now for some time, and that is my pothos needs to be trimmed. She's getting long, as is the other one in this room. This is my bedroom, and this one too is getting very, very long. So I can't even get the whole thing in the picture. It's so long. So I'm going to take some cuttings and get started on making some new plants for free. So right here I have a, what is this? A snow queen. This is the snow queen. There's two different varieties in here. So this is the snow queen. And then this is the marble queen. And I'm going to take some cuttings from this marble queen. Really easy to propagate pothos. Well, let me show you where you want to make your cut at. Okay, so on these, this is a vining plant, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. But I don't need it that long. My cat's gonna get a hold of it, and then I'll be finding little bouts of vomit all over the place, because she never learns. So I'm gonna cut this back and make some new plants from this. Where I'm gonna cut it at is at a node, just beyond a node. So you have a leaf right here. You have the stem, the main stem right here. And then if you look behind the leaf, there's a little nubbin back there. That is aerial roots. You want to cut just beyond that. Like that. All right, so let me give these plants a little haircut and then I'll come back. I just showed you guys my snow queen and my marble queen. This one here is an Enjoy pothos, and it's got considerably smaller leaves, as you can see, and the distance between the nodes is shorter. Also, the coloring on it is quite different, but I am going to be chopping this one too. It's getting a little bare on the top, and in cutting some of this off, I'm hoping that it will fill out up there as it grows. All right, friends, look at all this. That is a lot. I should be able to get 2-3 plants out of this, because these are vining plants. So each one of these, when I cut them off, I'll show you what I'm going to do, will just produce one vine. So you need a bunch of cuttings to form a full plant. All right, let me get to cutting these up, and then I'm going to root these in water. So let me get my water ready too. Alrighty, so I got my water here. It's just plain old tap water. I didn't put anything in it. I've heard of some people putting fertilizer in their water, very watered down fertilizer, but I don't do that. I just go ahead with regular old tap water. Now this jug is a little bit tall for my cuttings, but it's gonna have to work because it's what I got. Now when you look at this plant, you have here the or the stem from the leaf, then you have the main stem, and then you have these aerial roots on the back behind the leaf stem. You want to cut just above those. Same here. Cut off this end section because you don't need it, and then go above the aerial roots, cut. There's your next cutting. And then that's the end I'm going to stick into the jar. The roots will form from the bottom where you saw those aerial roots that have already started. Alright, so now I've got all of my cuttings. I'm just going to pick up all these little bits that we don't need and that have a ton now, which you need for a full plant. So now I'm putting all my ends together. The bottoms need to match because whenever you go to transplant these into soil, you want all the ends at the same level. So I'm just putting them into a nice full, almost like a bouquet. It'll look really nice while they're sitting in water and getting ready to root. But like I said, it'll also make it really easy when you go to transplant these into soil. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. Recently, I acquired a new variety of pothos, and this one is called the Hawaiian pothos. Let me get this in a little bit here. So if you look at the leaves, they have the variegation, which I love, and I've been keeping this plant separate. The lady that I got it from, who's very nice. The plant is healthy, but I discovered that on the back side of the leaves, it was covered in, I'm drawing a blank. I'll put it on the screen. These little white fuzzy bugs. So I had to clean the plant off and I separated it. You can see down here where I missed some of the bugs. Those are bugs. So I'm in the process of keeping this plant quarantined and cleaning it off probably every other day. I'm keeping a really good eye on it so that the bugs don't travel from one plant to the next. Moving on, here are all my beautiful cuttings that I got. Now this is a small jar of cuttings that the lady also gave me. Has various pothos cuttings in it, including a manula, which is very rare. I'm hoping to keep it alive, but there's also some marble queen in there. I see a snow queen. There's an enjoy. So she gave me a bunch of cuttings. I checked those out. Those are all clean, luckily. And I'm really excited. I'm really going to have to keep a close eye on these. But I have all these other short cuttings that I took from the plants earlier today that would fit in this jar just nicely. So I'm going to arrange those and add those to this jar. What I'm saying is I'm just illustrating to you that you can mix your pothos cuttings. It doesn't have to be all one variety. And again, I'm making sure I have all those ends at the same level because I promise you, trying to separate those once the roots grow in, you will find that to be problematic. So do like I said and save yourself that step. Go ahead and make sure they're all at the same level, the ends of them. All right, and this is what I've ended up with. Look at that beautiful bouquet. 2 of them. So I got my smaller cuttings in that smaller jar there, and I have my taller cuttings in this bigger jar here. And I would say within a couple of weeks, I should see some really decent root growth. I will not put these in full sun. They will be in indirect light. I will check the water often, and I will change it relatively often as well. I would also keep an eye out just in case to make sure I didn't miss any bugs on these plants. But otherwise, this should be set it and forget it until the roots grow in, and then I can create myself some beautiful pothos plants. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, subscribe and share, and I will see you guys in another video on another day. Until then, happy growing, my friends.